flicker in the hall, but I'm standing where the shadows fall. In this house of stone, I feel so small. I gave you my heart, but you wanted it all. Your silence is a wall I cannot climb. I'm a stranger here just wasting time. In a land of history, in a house of pride, there's no room left for the girl inside. You look at me but you see a ghost, not the daughter who loved you most. I'm searching for a spark in your eyes, but all I find are cold goodbyes. And it hurts to know I'm not enough, that your mercy is just jagged rough. I'm walking out into the Tel Aviv night, searching for the pieces of my own life. Chasing my own life. The salt of the sea is in my tears. I've carried your weight for 20 years. You measure my worth by the rules you keep, while I cried myself to a lonely sleep. How can the blood that flows in my veins be the very thing that binds me in chains? I'm leaving the table, I'm leaving the bread, I'm listening to my own heart instead. Did you ever really know my name, or was I just a player in your holy game? It's a heavy price, the soul of mine, to be cast away, to be left behind, to be left behind. But I won't go back. Yeah, it hurts to know I'm not enough, that your mercy is just jagged rough. I'm walking out into the desert night, finally finding my own light. The sun will rise over the hills tomorrow, leaving behind this ancient sorrow. I'm lonely now, but I'm finally free. I'm the only one who values me. My own life. The Jerusalem stone is cold tonight, but not as cold as the look in your eyes. I sat at the table, I followed the light, but your love was a debt, and I'm out of time. I'm a daughter of Zion, a girl of the sun, but I'm second to everyone, everything you've done. You measure my value in silence and grace, while I'm drowning in shadows in this hollow place. Is it a sin to wanna be seen, to be more than a ghost in your holy machine? I'm reaching for hands that are turning to stone. I've never felt more completely alone. I'm stepping out through the heavy gate, leaving the shame and the crushing weight. It takes all I have just to hope I'm outspoken, but I'm standing here blessing, I wanted your pride, but I'm tired of burying the woman inside. You tell the neighbors I wandered away, but you're the ones who made it impossible to stay. A family's love shouldn't feel like a cage. I'm turning the leaf, but I'm tearing the page. Do you hear me? Does it matter that I'm bleeding? I'm your own flesh, I'm your own blood, but you let me wash away in the flood. You didn't value the heart that I gave. Now you're just flowers on a living girl's grave. So I'm stepping out through the heavy gate. I can't let my soul be decided by fate. It takes all I have just to keep my heart open, even if I'm brave but broken. Brave but broken. No more hiding, no more lies, just the desert wind in my own blue eyes. I am brave, I am broken, I am gone. The sharp candles flicker low in a house where I am still a ghost. Your voices rise like desert winds, but never reach where I have been. My daughter born of ancient soil, but to you I'm just a broken foil of the girl you wanted me to be. You look at me, but you don't see. And it's quiet, so quiet tonight. The tears are heavy, out of sight. I'm a stranger in my own home's light, because you won't hold me, you won't hold me right. My heart is an ocean deep and blue, but I'm drowning in the lack of you. Breathe so loud, but I'm lost within this family crowd. You count my flaws like grains of sand, while I reach out for a steady hand. Heavy, I love you as a bud. Every door you open now is shut. To be loved for who I ought to be is a lonely kind of misery. Is my soul not enough for your pride? Must I bury the woman inside? I am bleeding under this Israeli sun from a war with you that can't be won. It hurts, God, it hurts to stay when you've already pushed me away. So I'll be quiet, so quiet tonight. The tears are heavy, out of sight. I'm a stranger in my own home's light, because you won't hold me, you won't hold me right. My heart is an ocean deep and blue, but I'm drowning knows where I am now, a ghost. The table set, the wine is poured, but I'm not welcome anymore in the city of gold under desert skies. I'm looking for truth in my father's eyes, but all I find is a wall of stone in the heart of my people. I'm all alone. I gave my heart, I gave my years, but they only counted up my tears. How can the ones who gave me life be the ones who hold the sharpest knife? And now I'm exiled, though I haven't moved, trying to find a love I shouldn't have to prove. You see a stranger, I see my home, but the seeds of silence are all you've sown. Oh, the weight of the name I carry still is a bitter cup I have to fill. You threw me out into the cold for a story that you've already told. Isn't my world so small? Isn't my light so dim? Did you build these walls just to keep me in, or keep me Shalom to the family I lost. I finally know what the freedom cost. I'm still your blood, I'm still your child, just exiled. Savage candles flicker low in a house where love was supposed to grow. I see the shadows on a white stone wall, waiting for a kindness that never comes at all. I poured my heart into the kiddush cup, but you never even looked at me, never looked up. Dora's love is a sacred thing, but what is a bird with a broken wing? I'm standing right here, can't you see? Or am I just a ghost in this family? And this is the cut, deep and wide, the pain of the soul with nowhere to hide. You weigh my worth like dust on the floor, until I can't feel my heart anymore. The silence is a sharpened knife, cutting me out of your golden life. I'm bleeding out and you don't even know. Walking through the streets of old Jerusalem, looking for a spark, looking for them. But the table is set and the seat is cold, a story of rejection that's never been told. I am the fruit of your own vine. Why am I the one left behind the light? I would have climbed the Messiah for you, I would have stayed, I would have been true. But you traded my spirit for your pride and left the girl I was to die inside. This is the cut, deep and wide, the pain on the soul with nowhere to hide. You weigh my worth like dust on the floor until I can't feel my heart anymore. Oh, the silence is a sharpened knife, cutting me out of your golden light. The lights are off, the door is shut, nothing hurts more than this cut. Please write to me. The Sabbath candles flicker low in a house where love was supposed to grow. I see the shadows on the white stone wall, waiting for kindness that never comes at all. I poured my heart into the kiddish cup, but you never even looked at me, never looked up. A daughter's love is a sacred thing, but what is a bird with a broken wing? I'm standing right here, can't you see? Or am I just a ghost in this family? And this is the cut, deep and wide, the pain of a soul with nowhere to hide. You weigh my worth like dust on the floor until I can't feel my heart anymore. The silence is a sharpened knife, cutting me out of your golden life. I'm bleeding out. Please write to me. The Sabbath candles. Please write to me. The Sabbath candles. The Sabbath candles. The Sabbath candles. The Shabbat candles flicker in the hall, shadows dancing on the photographs along the wall. I'm standing in the kitchen but I'm miles away, swallowing the words I'm not allowed to say. You look right through me like I'm made of glass, counting down the minutes till the evening past the stone. I'm the only one who bleeds while you plant your pride and pull out all my seeds. Is my blood not the same color as yours, or am I just a ghost behind these heavy doors? I reach for a hand, but you gave me a stone. How did I end up so lonely in heartbreak. I'm not a mistake you need to erase. I'm not a shadow you can just replace. I'm your daughter, I'm your sister, I'm your own. But you turned this sanctuary into a throne where you sit in judgment and I sit alone. Yeah, the odds are 30 to 1. 30 hearts beating. I'm the lonely one. I gave you my soul, you traded it for shame. Now I'm just a face without a place, a girl without a name. 30 to 1. 30 to 1. I'm leaving the table, leave my chair in the sun. Because I can't survive the weight of being 30 to 1. The Shabbat candles flicker on the wall, but I'm the shadow standing in the hall. In this house of stone built on ancient pride, there's no room left for the girl inside. I spoke my heart, I showed my scars, but you look through me like distant stars. To you I'm a debt that was never paid, just a ghost in the home that we both made. And the silence here is a heavy weight. It's not just anger, it's a quiet fate. How do I breathe when the air is cold and the only arms I was meant to hold? Now I'm on family leave, a name I never chose, a wilting petal on a desert rose. You saw my worth as a price to trade and left me shiver in the shade. It's a different kind of heartbreak, a deeper kind of red. When the people who birth you wish you were unsaid. Oh, the stain of the love you withhold is the bitterest story ever told. Tel Aviv lights are blurring in my eyes. Underneath these heavy lonely skies, I used to think blood was a sacred vine, but you cut the ties and you drew the line. Was I too loud or just too real for the hollow heart that forgot how to feel? You traded my soul for a polished lie and didn't even blink when you said goodbye. I'm still that girl, I'm still your blood, but you washed me away like a winter flood. You didn't value the life I bring. Now I'm a bird with a broken wing in a cage of your perfect memory. Now I'm on family, a name I never chose, a wilting petal on a desert rose. You saw my worth as a price to trade and left me shivering in the shade. It's a different kind of heartbreak, a deeper kind of red. When the people who birth you wish you were unsaid. Quiet now, the house is still. I'll find my worth, I know I will. But tonight I'm just unfamily. I'm family. I'm family. Watch the bad candles flicker on the wall, but I'm just a shadow standing in the hall. The wine is poured, the prayers are softly said, but I'm a ghost at the table wishing I was fled. You look right through me like I'm made of glass, counting my failures as the holy hours pass. In this house of stone, I'm shivering alone. I traded my voice just to keep the peace, waiting for a love that would bring release. But your silence is a blade, sharp and cold, cutting the stories that I never told. And I'm still breathing, but the air feels heavy. I'm still reaching, but my heart's unsteady. How can the ones who gave me my name be the very same ones who fed the flame? You see a burden, I see a soul. You left me broken, but I'll make me whole. I'm still breathing, even if it's without you. Walking through the streets of Tel Aviv tonight, searching for a spark, searching for a light. You told me I was nothing if I didn't play the part, a masterpiece of duty with a hollow heart. The Mediterranean salt is stinging in my eyes, or maybe it's the truth behind all your lies. Was I ever enough? Was I ever enough? Or just a daughter you wanted to crush? I'm tearing off the labels you stuck to my skin. This is where I end and where I finally begin. And I'm still breathing, but the air feels heavy. I'm still reaching, but my heart's unsteady. How can the ones who gave me my name be the very same ones who fed the flame? You see a burden, I see a soul. You left me broken, but I'll make me whole. I'm still breathing. Still breathing, just still you. Still breathing, just breathing. The table is set for 12, but I'm the ghost in the room. The scent of fresh shallow feels like a garden in bloom, but the air is freezing where I'm forced to sit, while you count the virtues that don't quite fit. You bless the wine and you bless the bread, but you look past the crown upon my head. It's a Shabbat alone in a crowded house, quiet as a prayer, small as a mouse. The silver is shining, the cloth is pure white, but there's a hole in the heart of the Friday night. You sing as your child for a woman of worth, while you bury my spirit deep in the earth. The Kiddush cup is heavy in your hand, like the weight of a law I'll never understand. If I'm not the mirror, if I'm not the prize, I disappear right before your eyes. The candles are weeping, the wax you up. I'm starving for a look, a word, a sign, but you're drunk on the spirit of the holy wine. I'm right here, I'm right here. It's a Shabbat alone in a crowded house, quiet as a prayer, small as a mouse. The silver is shining, the cloth is pure white, but there's a hole in the heart of the Friday night. You sing a child for a woman of words, while you bury my spirit deep in the earth. The sun has gone down, the stars have come out, but I'm still waiting for what love is about. Shabbat shalom to a house that isn't a home. The Shabbat candles flicker low, casting shadows on the wall. I'm standing in the hallway, but I've never felt so small. In this house of ancient stories, where every stone has a name, I'm the only living daughter who is treated like a shame. You say you love the heritage, you say you love the land, but you cannot hold my every heart inside your steady hand. The table is set for many, but there's no room for me, just a ghost in a velvet dress that you refuse to see. Just a whisper in your prayer. I remember Jaffa sunset and the salt upon your skin, before you drew the borders where my sins begin. You measure out my value by the rules you keep so tight, while I'm shivering in the silence of a cold Jerusalem night. Is the loss so much heavier than the child that you raised, or am I just a broken thing that can no longer be praised? I am bone of your bone, I am blood of your blood, but you'd rather see my spirit wash away in the flood than to look me in the eye and say I see who you are. You've turned our family home into a beautiful hollow scar. It's the house that breath built, but the air is getting thin. I'm screaming from the hallway, but you won't let me in. You traded my soul for a pride I cannot bear, leaving me to hunger for a love that isn't there. Oh, the silence is more than I can wear. The wick is black and cold. I'm leaving the house that breath built before I'm too tired to be right here. You just never looked. The Shabbat candles flicker low in a house I used to call my home. The silver cups are polished bright, but I'm standing outside in the night. You looked right through me at the feast, like I was the blurred lines, the very least, a daughter's heart, a heavy stone, sitting at your table, yet all alone. The prayers are whispered, the wine is poured, but I'm the one you just ignore. My voice is small, a bated breath, while this silence feels like a living death. Now there's only ashes on the morning or tonight. The flames we shared have lost their light. You traded my soul for a pride so cold, for a story of me you've already told. I'm crying in the shadows of the olive tree. How can you love the faith but not love me? Just ashes where the fire used to be. The ancient walls of Jerusalem cry underneath this hollow, empty sky. I gave you my best, I gave you my years, but you only measured my worth in tears. You wanted a statue, a perfect reflection, but all I needed was a little affection. Now the door is locked, the key is gone. Toward a lonely dawn. Is this the tradition? Is this the law? To leave me bleeding, to find every flaw. I'm your blood, I'm your name, I'm your kin, but you let the winter settle in. Oh, you let the winter in. Now there's only ashes on the mud tonight. The flames we shared have lost their light. You traded my soul for a pride so cold, for a story of me you've already told. I'm crying in the shadows of the olive tree. How can you love the faith but not love me? Shalom, shalom, you said to the room, but for me you only left the gloom. The wax is cold, the story's told, just ashes on the menorah. The Shabbat candles flicker low in a house where love was supposed to grow, but the shadows here are cold and long, and I never found where I belong. I carried their name like a sacred weight, but all I received was a silent hate. The golden hills reflection in their eyes wither and die. Oh, I am the dust of my father's pride, with 1,000 heartaches tucked inside. They looked at me, but they never saw the girl who broke beneath their law. How do you breathe when your blood feels cold? When the hands are raised, you let go of your hold. I'm drifting away, a ghost in the light, just the dust of my father's in the desert night. The table is set, but my seat is gone. I'm the daughter they chose to turn their backs on. I traded my soul for a shred of their grace, but I'm just a stranger with a familiar face. Is my worth defined by the rules they keep, while I'm drowning in secrets, silent and deep? Every I love you had a price I couldn't pay. Now the silence is screaming as I walk away. I would have given the world for a smile, to feel like I mattered even for a while. But their hearts are stone and their walls are high, and I'm tired of asking the heavens why. Why wasn't I enough? Why now? Why wasn't I enough? Oh, I am the dust of my father's pride, with 1,000 heartaches tucked inside. They looked at me, but they never saw the girl who broke beneath their law. How do you breathe when your blood feels cold? When the hands are raised, you let go of your hold. I'm drifting away, a ghost in the light, just the dust of my father's in the desert. It knows my name. It carries the ashes, it carries the shame. No more waiting, no more tears, just the dust of all these wasted years. She learned to speak in quieter ways, in empty rooms where love decays. A house of voices cold and thin, where no one ever let her in. Her name would echo down the hall, but no one turned, no one at all. A daughter shaped by unseen hands, built from cracks they never meant. She held their words like shattered glass, cut her heart as years would pass. Tried to be what they'd approve, but never felt their love was true. I'm just a shadow in your light, a silent scream. You never fight, you gave your love to everyone but me. Now I'm alone with the memories. I built my heart from what you broke. Every word I never spoke, still I bleed where you can't see. Under stones of silence I grieve. disappearing daughters fear. If love was real, why did it fade? Why was I the price you paid? I gave you all I had to give. Still you forgot I tried to live. I'm just a shadow in your light, a silent scream you never fight. You gave your love to everyone but me. Now I'm alone with memories. I built my heart from what you broke. Every word I never spoke, still I bleed where you can't see. I'm just stones of silence I grieve. Was I too much or not enough? Why was your love always so rough? I called your name into the dark, but you just left me there to fall apart. Now every tear's a truth I hide, a wounded child still locked inside. I tried, but you were never mine. I'm just a shadow in your light, fading slowly out of sight. You gave your love so carelessly and left the emptiness in me. Now every stone I carry speaks of all the love I couldn't keep. Still I cry where you can't see. Under stones of silence I'm free. I'm free, but it still hurts. It still hurts. The sharp candles flicker low in a house where love used to grow. But the walls are cold, the air is thin. I'm a stranger now, deep within. You look at me, but you don't see the daughter I was meant to be. To you I'm just a broken stone, left to crumble all alone. The wine is poured, the prayers are said, but heavy lies this heart I've led. I reach for grace, I reach for home, but found a desert, skin and bone. Streets of Jaffa hum so loud, but I'm a shadow in the crowd. I carry your name like a heavy chain while you wash your hands of all my pain. Is a daughter so small a price? Keep your world all cold and ice. You chose the image, you chose the lie, whispered hush to my the judgment without the shame, but the door is locked. lights are dim and I am sinking, I cannot swim. Just the hum of the wind in the middle of the night. She lights a candle in the dark alone, whispers words she barely knows, in a language her mother used to sing. Now it echoes like a broken thing. Packed her name inside a suitcase heart, every memory torn apart. They said love comes with sacrifice, but never told her it cost her life. She tried to stay, she tried to bend, but love should never have to pretend. So she prays in Hebrew through the tears, every word dissolves her fears, but no one hears, no one stays in the silence where faith decays. And the people she would die to hold turned her warmth into the cold. Now she's lost between goodbye and truth, singing prayers they never listened to. Her father's eyes like closing doors, her mother's silence cuts her more. They never saw the weight she bore, just a stranger standing at their shore. She chose a love they couldn't see and paid the price of being free. But freedom feels like empty air when no one's left to say they care. She gave her heart, they turned away. Now every night feels like that day. So she prays in Hebrew through the pain, calls their names again, again. But echoes fade and shadows grow in a home she'll never know. And the love she held so desperately was never what they let her be. Now she's drowning in the truth she chose, with a heart that no one holds. If love is God, then why this war? Why close the heart, then lock the door? She kneels with tears on sacred ground, but heaven doesn't make a sound. Still she prays in Hebrew one last time, every word a silent crime between her soul and where she's from. A war she never thought would come, and the ones she loved the most on earth are the ones who couldn't see her worth. Now she's singing to the sky above, the final prayer for lost love. The Shabbat candles flicker, casting shadows on the wall. In this house of ancient echoes, I've never felt so small. The Kiddush cup is overflowing, but my spirit's running dry. I'm searching for a reason in a cold, unyielding sky. You speak strength and lineage of the blood that binds the soul, but you never saw the pieces, you only wanted the whole. The table set for family, but there's no place for my heart. How can we be together when we're worlds and worlds apart? I'm screaming in the silence, but the silence is too loud. Just a ghost at your table, lost inside the crowd. Now I'm in exile in my own land, a stranger in your sight, walking through the Galilee in the middle of the night. You trade my love for judgment, you value what I'm not. The daughter you imagine is the only one you got. It burns like the desert, it's cold as the stone, to be surrounded by family and still be this alone. White linen on the sofa, dust upon my dreams. Nothing in this heritage is ever what it seems. I reach for your approval like a soldier for the light, but you turned your face away, left me shivering in the fight. You measure out my worth by the rules I didn't choose, but when you win the argument, tell me who's the one you lose. Ooh. The walls of old Jerusalem are tall and gray and white, but they're nothing like the fortress you've built there deep inside. I'm drifting down the coastline where the Jeffersons blow, carrying the heavy weight of things you'll never know. I just wanted you to see me, just once, to see me clear, but you're blinded by the person you wanted to appear. Now I'm an exile in my own land, a stranger in your sight, walking through the Galilee in the middle of the night. You trade my love for judgment, you value what I'm not. The daughter you imagine is the only one you've got, and it burns like the desert, it's cold as a stone, to be surrounded by family and still be this alone. Shalom, shalom, say it like a prayer, but there is no peace between us, only empty air. Exile, I'm finally leaving home to find a home somewhere. She walks beneath the silver leaves at dawn, where whispers of a child still live on. The house behind her holds no warmth, no name, just echoes of a love that turned to blame. mother's eyes like winter cold and far. Her father never saw her hidden scars. She gave her heart in quiet, fragile ways, but they just turned their backs and looked away. And every word she never got to say still lingers in the wind that carries pain. Tears in the olive grove, falling like the rain. Every drop of memory, calling out her name. She was never enough in the place she called home. Now she's lost in the silence, forever alone. Oh, the love she gave just faded in the air, like a whispered prayer that nobody would hear. Tears in the olive grove, she's breaking slow. She used to trace the stars above her bed, dreaming they would hear the words unsaid. But every I love you she tried to show was met with empty eyes, too cold to know. A daughter shaped by longing and by fear, invisible to those who should be near. She learned to hide the ache beneath her skin, to carry all the hurt she held within. And every night she cries without a sound, afraid her voice might never be found. Tears in the olive grove, falling like the rain. Every drop of memory, calling out her name. She was never enough in the place she called home. Now she's lost in the silence, forever alone. Oh, the love she gave just faded in the air, like a whispered prayer that nobody would hear. Tears in the olive grove, she's breaking slow. If love was real, why did it hurt this way? Why did they choose to let her fade away? She screams inside, but no one ever knows the silent storm beneath the olive grove. Tears in the olive grove, drowning in her pain. Every shattered piece still calling out their names. She was just a child, wanting to be held, but they built their walls and left her by herself. Oh, the love she gave was never returned. Now she's just a lesson no one ever learned. Tears in the olive grove still fall, and in the quiet where the branches sway, she lets her broken heart just drift away. The Shabbat candles are burning low, but there's a frost inside this home you'll never know. I poured my heart into the wine, I set the plate, but all I gather from your eyes is silent hate. I'm a daughter of the promise, or so I'm told, but to you I'm just a story already sold. And I'm standing in the shadows of the Western Wall, waiting for a hand to catch me when I fall. But your love is a currency I cannot earn. in this room. I remember the songs you used to sing to me before the pride became a cage and I the key. Tastes like dust. How did we turn all this sacred blood to rust? I look for my reflection in your pride, but there's nowhere left for a broken girl to hide away. Is my laughter too loud? Is my spirit too free? Or are you just blinded by the ghost of who you want me to be? It hurts more than the desert wind, sharper than the stone, to be surrounded by my blood and feel so alone. Yeah, I'm standing in the shadows of the Western Wall, waiting for a hand to catch me when I fall. But your love is a currency I cannot earn, a bridge of all the branches that you chose to burn. You weigh my soul on a broken scale. In the city of gold, my light grows pale. To the world, I'm a diamond, a desert bloom. But to you, I'm not worth a shekel in this room. Not a shekel, not a cent, just a heart that's been. Some moon father Salam, Salam, Salam. There's a crack in every doorway I knew, echoes of voices that once felt like truth. I was the silence at your crowded table, invisible love, but painfully able. Candles burned low and it was full of names, but no one was calling mine the same. I gave you my heart in trembling hands. You let it fall like shifting sands, and I kept asking, am I enough? But your eyes always wandered off. Your love was a lie, soft like a prayer, but it vanished whenever I needed you there. I was holding on while you let me go, crying in places you'll never know. Your love was a lie, dressed up so kind, but it broke me slowly, piece by piece inside. Now I'm learning how to say goodbye to a love that was a lie. Suitcase by the door, I didn't cry loud, just swallow the pain, try to make you proud. But every word felt colder than stone. Even surrounded, I stood alone. You chose your silence over my tears, turned away from my quiet fears. I was begging in whispers you couldn't hear, while losing myself year after year. And I still wonder what I did wrong, why I never felt where I belong. Your was a lie, soft like a prayer, but it vanished whenever I needed you there. I was holding on while you let me go, crying in places you'll never know. Your love was a lie, dressed up so kind, but it broke me slowly, piece by piece inside. Now I'm learning how to say goodbye to a love that was a lie. I hear my voice shaking the night, calling for someone who won't fight for me. For me, was I just a shadow in your life? Tears fall quiet, I barely breathe. There's nothing left of what I believed. I loved you more than you loved me. Now I finally see your love was a lie. I see it clear through every broken, silent tear. I was holding on to something gone, singing a never-ending wrong. Your love was a lie, but I survived through all the nights I cried and cried. Now I'm walking out into the light, leaving your love behind. Your love was a lie, but I won't be this broken girl tonight. The sun begins to crawl across the Jordan hills, but inside this house, time just stands still. I'm packing my shadows in a suitcase of glass, watching the ghosts of our memories pass. I look for my worth in the warmth of your eyes, but all I found were cold, sharp lies. I asked for a seat at the table we shared, but you looked through me like I wasn't there. The blood in my veins is the same as your own, so why do I feel like a ghost in my home? It's a betrayal at dawn, a cold gray light, after a lifetime screaming into the night. You traded my heart for a prize you can't hold, left me out here in the bitter and cold. Oh, it hurts to realize as the morning breaks that loving you was my biggest mistake. In the streets of Tel Aviv, a war starts to wait. Did you ever see me? Did you ever care? I gave you my soul, but you left it bare. The silence you gave me is louder than screams. It's the death of a family, the death of my dreams. It's a betrayal at dawn, a cold gray light, after a lifetime of screaming into the night. You traded my heart for a prize you can't The world is black. I'm walking away, and I'm not looking back. Looking back, not looking back, not looking back.